Power, best in towing and best in fuel economy, touting a V8 engine that gets V6 gas mileage. Right now, Painter Motor has a rock-bottom pre-owned vehicle special. Get any pre-owned vehicle for just $37 down. Painter Motor, 1100 North Main Street in Nephi. Call 800-662-CARS or online at paintermotor.com.
Larson's Ace Hardware is your helpful place for end-of-summer savings. It's canning season, and Larson's has a huge inventory of canning supplies at prices that are sure to put a smile on your face. Hey, it's not too early to start thinking about cold weather. Larson's Ace Hardware has you covered whatever the season, including hunting season. Larson's Ace is hardware with an attitude, a helpful attitude. Check it out today at Larson's Ace Hardware, the helpful place in Richfield.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
Strength, stability, service, and me. That's what you can count on with Farm Bureau Financial Services. I am Stephen Peterson, your Farm Bureau agent in Richfield, and I am here to help people like you through all stages of life. Call me today to learn more about how I can make it simple to help protect what's most important to you, your family, cars, home, and your future. Farm Bureau makes insurance simple. 896-5669. 896-5669.
Welcome back here to Richfield High School. Cam Wright, Rick Robinson here at Richfield, where tonight the Wildcats are getting set to host the Juab Wasps, and there's only 2 games left in the season. But I do think this, who does Juab, do they have the bye on Friday? I thought they did. So this ends the turn for Juab. And Richfield goes to Mount Pleasant, take on North Sanpete. And really, these two teams come in with some stats. And what here's the stats I've kind of looked at. Richfield's been averaging a few more points this season. They're averaging 58.6 points a game. Juab comes in averaging 53 points a ball game in the region. This is only in the region. Defensively, Richfield's been giving up 45 points a game. Juab's been giving up about 52.9, very close to, 52.9. Juab is the second toughest defense in the region so far.
Yeah, and I think last time these two teams met, it was a real defensive battle, and I would expect that tonight. And you know, but right now, I think Juab's going to face a Richfield team that's a little bit different than the one they faced the first time through, as Richfield has really got the three-point shooting going. I believe they had, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they had 11 against North Sanpete, 11 threes, 9 against Payson, and they are just shooting the ball really well, and it's not one guy. You might have one guy with 5, but, you know, you got to get to 11, and they're shooting the ball really well. So Juab's going to have to extend a little bit defensively and really go after them. I think a key for Richfield is to keep shooting the ball as well as they have, and Juab's got to figure a way to slow them down.
What I smile at, some of the key stats when you look at team stats, you look at from Juab, you have Dylan Douglas, who has hit 35 three-pointers on the season. That's a lot of three-pointers, averaging 12 points a game. And then you go and look at Brandon Willardson from Richfield, who averaging 18 points a game, but only 32 three-pointers. So he's averaging nearly 6 points a game more. What Brandon does is, because of his height, he's able to go to the basket a little more. I noticed that with Payson. They had three-point shooters, a couple of them that had made more than Brandon. He is a real key for Richfield, and I was impressed with Nick Robbins' outside shooting. He's hit 15 three-pointers.
Well, you know, Nick has really come on, and he started out slow, and he kind of did the same thing last year, but we attributed that to the injury, and he was late getting back after the football injury last year. This year, Nick once again started slow and has now really got that thing going. And I compare him and Willardson. They are very comparable players. in the fact that they both have good size and can hurt you inside, but then they can stretch you out and they can bury three-pointers if you don't come in. It causes real matchup problems for both teams.
Well, he has, I kind of smile because he's the leading scorer on this team, and he's only hit 15 compared to 35 for Douglas. That shows you that he's going inside a lot, too. So you're right, very versatile, and that's what makes these two teams, I think, very, very tough.
Yeah, and I agree. And in a lot of ways, they're very similar. A little bit of different style, a little bit more controlled, a little patient. Focus on defense with the Richfield Wildcats. The Juab Wasps kind of want to get out and push her right now. And you've got, both teams have solid point guard play, and so you can do just about whatever a coach wants you to do, and you just got to make sure that you play to your strengths.
What to me has been the difference with Richfield has been the improved outside shooting of Jensen Magleby and Tanner Jensen. 3 or 4 games ago, their game has elevated. Not that they didn't play well, but they have shot better, and that is what has really opened up the game for Richfield. I think they're the keys. If those two players continue the play that they have had, this Richfield team is very dangerous, and I think could make some noise in a state tournament.
Oh, I agree. I going right back to the 2A, 3A preview to start this season out, I was very impressed with the things Richfield could do. As you said, that three-point shooting has really come on, and it's kind of come on this second half of through the region. I think those players have stepped up. As I said, Juab's going to face a little bit different team tonight, and a team that can shoot the three-point ball better than they did the first time.
Yeah, but you know, on a given night, they can lose it sometimes. And he should have just, holy cow. The JV game, a one-point shot, and the ball was stolen by my son, and rather than lay it in, he tried to stuff it, and it didn't go. Oh, that was a bad play.
Well, you know, emotion gets kids there, and you know, you've got that breakaway, you're going to go for a dunk, and that time it just rattled out and popped out, and Juab able to bring down that rebound.
Yeah.
Battle, just an emotion play right there.
You just need to lay it in.
Well,
it's a one-point game, and Juab's at the foul line shooting 1-1, and Juab is up by 1 point here in the JV game. And they missed it, and the ball's on the court, and Richfield has it. But we're going to take another break. We'll come back with more pregame here at Richfield High School.
The Fairview Telephone Company was founded in 1903 to bring telephone service to small communities in central Utah when no one else would. That small phone company is now Centricom, and our vision hasn't changed. We want rural central Utah to have the very best options for high-speed internet, cable TV, and home phone. Why? Because we live here too. Centricom, your local telecommunications company.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking in Salina has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking's Big Blue trucks are recognizable throughout the Intermountain West, hauling products that keep this country running. Barney Trucking is honored to be a part of Central Utah and supports our local schools and community. When you're out on the roads, remember to drive safely. Barney Trucking of Salina, proud to support the high school teams this season.
Hi everybody, this is Tracy from Jorgensen's. It's that time of year again. This is a brand new 2013 800 Pro RMK, the lightest, most flickable sled on the market. Come on down and see it, sit on it, feel it. Let us tell you all about it. We have new climb gear all ready to go, get you ready for the season. As you can see, it's that time of year, so come see us as soon as you can.
Ladies, Veritas Funding has the medicine for a wide range of month-end financial maladies. Too much month at the end of the money, outrageous home mortgage rates, too much house, or just plain old cabin fever. A visit to Veritas Funding is just what the doctor ordered. Bill and the professional staff at Veritas Funding will liven up your lives with a new or refinance package tailored to your personal situation. Veritas and historic low interest rates can put some excitement back in your life. Call 893-0113. That's 893-0113.
New car, used car, Delta, Nephi. There's just one name you need to remember. Drew Bay. That's Drew Bay Chevrolet in Delta and Drew Bay Used Cars in Nephi. You'll feel good at the end of the day when you do business with Drew Bay. Drew Bay stands for world-class service with a hometown feeling. That's Drew Bay Chevrolet in Delta and Drew Bay Used Cars in Nephi. Make it a day to remember. Start your day at drewbaychevrolet.com.
Your #1 Bulldogs fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Briggs Yardley Levitt Insurance Agency is a winning combination. We'll work with you to ensure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Briggs Yardley Levitt Insurance Agency in Salina today at BriggsYardleyLevitt.com.
Cam Wright, Rick Robinson here at Richfield High School, where tonight history is made as Richfield will end an era here at this gym. And there were a lot of people who wanted Richfield to save this gym with the brand new high school. And if you've come here, I know you noticed the facility, a gorgeous facility. I've taken a tour of it, the gym. And as I mentioned earlier, very similar to what Juab's is. Richfield, in fact, when you ask those involved with it, they say it will look very similar to Juab's. Impressed with the facility in Nephi, and I think that's a gorgeous place to go play, and I think Richfield's will look much the same. A track around the top, and Richfield will be in that facility next year. Yeah, and you know, I couldn't hear the coach's comments, but I've got my own memories here, and I have just seen some monstrous ball games played here, whether it be the old round robins that used to be played in here, and just a lot of fun games. I have to share one memory of a round robin game, and it was in 1963, 64, something like that. Richfield had Russ Ryder, who was 6'10", playing against John Erickson from Manti, and his shoe split. It split open, and with the shoe split, they announced over the loudspeaker, does anybody have a size 16 shoe? And the audience just laughed. It was jam-packed. It was a round robin. And they laughed, and Richfield's center went in the locker room and brought out a gym shoe and gave it to the Manti center, and they played the game. And I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I've never forgotten that. Well, I tell you, that was Jim Erickson, John's brother. Yeah. A lot of, like I said, just a lot of dreams or a lot of great games have been played in here. Matter of fact, I watched, and it's not just basketball, I watched wrestling state tournaments here. I had a little brother that is a sophomore, had asthma on this floor right here, wrestling in the state tournament or in the state championship match. Had an asthma attack, but just like wrestlers, they never quit until he passed out. I'll never forget it was here. So, and then just basketball games, you go back to the Cuff years, which are kind of the ones I remember, and watching some of those battles in this gym, and just fantastic memories. I think it's fitting that Juab is the team that's going to end it here in the region in the 3A basketball, and both Juab and Richfield are the two smallest schools in 3A. They are the two smallest schools. They're within three, I think they said 3 students of each other, I believe is what they had said. And I didn't realize they were that close, but when they came out the alignment, I believe that's what. Pretty close to each other. And for sure the smallest, and along with North Sanpete. And yes. I could get into a whole realignment debate, but that's not what it's about tonight. And I think this is a great basketball region. There's no easy game. Carbon, who has a one-region game, that's not a bad Carbon team. They certainly haven't played as well on the road. At home, that Carbon team can really give you some trouble. Well, and that's classic of a young team. I think that's something maybe to be familiar with. That's what you see a little bit here at Richfield with your girls, as they play a lot better at home than they do on the road, and it's just because they're young. So I think, but as you mentioned, fantastic region game. Everybody will want to point out that Payson's dominant, but Richfield able to really go get them here when they came here. So I think Payson
I think Payson has been actually a pretty good member of this region in basketball. And, you know, we'll miss him next year, and we'll fill it in, I think, with Canyon
View out of Cedar City, and that will be the replacement. The region will still be there, and the rivalries will, instead of Juab had a close travel to go to Payson, they're going to miss that close trip because now you'll have to go to Cedar City.
Well, you know, and I'll tell you, I don't know. I know that Payson's student body has had a huge effect on the Juab student body in a positive way. They've watched how excited that Payson student body can get into it. Juab has learned some things. They have a huge pit now. I noticed Richfield has a huge student section ready to go on this last night. So I think everything is set for a great game tonight.
Well, let's take another break as the JV game just barely ended in overtime. And Juab threw a three-quarter shot, three-point attempt to try and win it. They lost by 2 points, but I thought it was going to go, and it didn't. And both teams will come out. So we got lots of pregame left. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more here at Richfield High School.
The Jorgensen Bowling Center. If you want a light show and cosmic bowling, hey, you'll find it at Jorgensen Bowling Center. Your family deserves the best. Your family or event is special to Jorgensen Bowling Center and Herb's Place, 980 South Coveview Road, Richfield.
Why travel for a big city look when you can get it right here for a fraction of the cost? Designer Trends in Richfield has the latest styles you're looking for, but will save you the hassle of a trip to the city. Designer Trends now carries men's clothing as well. For the latest deals and savings, like Designer Trends on Facebook, and check out our website, designertrends.com. Designer Trends is located at 8 North Main Street in Richfield.
In life, connections are important. They give us a sense of stability and control. But what happens without them? Consider your knee. Did you know that most traditional total knee replacements remove the ACL that helps preserve your natural stability? Not the XP Preserving Knee from Biomat. It allows your healthy ligaments to stay connected, including your ACL.
To learn more about the XP Preserving Knee at Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi, call Dr. Joel Holm at 435-623-3633. Side-by-side multi-use vehicles are some of the most popular ways to combine work and fun. And for whatever challenge your day has in store, Honda has just the side-by-side for you. The new Pioneer 704, and you can see it at Garrett Honda in Nephi. The Pioneer 704 is the only side-by-side that features a pair of independently folding seats in the bed, so it can comfortably carry up to 4 adults. So come on down to Garrett Honda, 563 North Main in Nephi, and check out the new Honda Pioneer 704 today. Garrett Honda, a proud supporter of Juab Sports.
DP Curtis Trucking has been helping move America for many years. It's a reflection of the drivers, employees, and ownership. DP Curtis is a family-oriented business that gets their drivers home weekly with paid vacation, weekly pay, health and dental insurance, and a 401k plan and more. If you need trucking services or would like to join the DP Curtis family, call 435-896-4417. That's 896-4417.
Dale Whitlock of Security Insurance continues to be the type of insurance agent that makes a difference to your family by offering United Insurance. Because United Insurance is based in Utah, they understand the risks, weather, and conditions that you experience. This is why they can offer superior coverage for your greatest investments. Give Dale a call at 435-623-2590 and ask about United Underwriters Insurance. If you've had a little bit of bad luck with prior insurance, or even if you don't have insurance now, give them a try. 435-623-2590.
All right, welcome back here to Richfield High School, where Cam Wright and Rick Robinson with Nate Palmer and Ben Palmer doing our production work here. You're watching this live on Centricom Channel 10, and a lot of excitement here. Maybe one of the biggest crowds Richfield's had this season here in the gym, and big student body section. I was glad you commented on the student section because Payson's student section is incredible and loud. And when we went up to Nephi, I'll tell you, the Juab section was just way fun. They had signs and posters, and they were waving them, and they don't allow them to do that here at Richfield Way, but they'll still be noisy.
Yeah, and you know, and it is a lot of fun, and I think that makes it. I think you want, you know, we do a pretty good job. Everybody does. The football now, high school football, has kind of become an event. And it's fun to see students out here along with patrons from both communities, and you turn the high school games, the basketball games, they become an event. The kids want to be here, whether they have interest in basketball or not. They want to be here supporting their school, and I think it's great for the game and a lot of fun.
So let's just talk about how these two teams have gotten where they're at. Juab's coming in riding a 2-game win streak. They beat North Sanpete 54-48 and Carbon 55-50. And they do end Region 12 play tonight here in Richfield. So they're trying to end on a 3-game win streak as they prepare for one of those teams from Region 9 out of St. George. And really, these two teams played really the opposite of each other in the preseason, because Juab did play Canyon View and then played teams from around there. They also played Hurricane. Richfield played all 7 of the teams from the south. So Richfield's seen every team from down there, and that was really the makeup of their preseason, much different than North Sanpete and Juab. And you would find it that way because teams are closer to Nephi up here. And so when you try and compare, it's hard to do so until you get into region play. And the one thing I've been convinced is Region 12 is very, very difficult, and there's no easy game.
No, I agree. And you mentioned it before, Carbon yet to win a game, but if we were to pull up Carbon scores, I don't believe they've been blown out of too many games. So, Carbon plays hard, and every game challenged you. And like you said, I think it was this has been a very good region play, and I think it'll prepare teams to go play in that playing game and then advance into the state tournament, because they've battled every night.
Honestly, and I'll just tell you from my standpoint, that Desert Hills and Pineview are both teams that you could beat. Now, there's no question they'd be heavy favorites, and they're a team that you'd have to play well, but they're not some of the dominant St. George teams that we've seen in previous years.
And I agree 100%. And I've seen every team as well, other than Desert Hills. Well, excuse me, I have seen Desert Hills. I've seen every team but Juan Diego. I don't know what they are. I know that they've got a heck of a record, and they played a very tough schedule.
Well, they got Colosimo, their shooter that got injured a year ago, and I think he leads the state in scoring, but Colosimo got injured toward the end of the season, did not play.
Yeah, and so, once again, Juan Diego is going to be good, but as you mentioned, the battle has always been, hey, the southern teams, those St. George schools are very, very good. And I think that goes back kind of to about 3 or 4 years ago when this realignment, this current realignment took effect, and everybody had to go to St. George for the state tournament that year. And that region down there was just loaded. And they had all 4 teams in the finals, and they just had a great basketball thing down there going.
Well, originally the state tournament was scheduled down there, and there was such an outcry they actually moved it to the Maverick Center in Salt Lake City. What are Juab's keys to this game tonight, Ken?
Well, I tell you, Juab's keys always start with the same. They have to be able to get the ball inside to Nick Robbins and Bryson Downey. That's the key offensively for them. And then they've got to play solid team defense. They're going to come out. They're going to play man-to-man. The JV team does a lot of trapping, so maybe people will expect that. The varsity team doesn't trap nearly as much unless it's late in the ball game. And so I think you're just going to see tough man-to-man out of the Juab Wasp, and they're going to have to help each other. They're going to have to pick up shooters, stop drives, work to try to get a hand in Willardson's face, and then offensively that ball has to go inside, and that'll open up the three-point shooting for Dylan Douglas if the ball can start inside.
Well, for Richfield, they're finally as healthy as they're ever going to be this year. Ryder Ripstein, the senior center, has come back, and he has finally gotten over his injuries that he had from football and didn't play much of the first middle of the season, and he has gotten healthy and he's played well. Of course, Jalen Steck tore his ACL again, and he did have surgery, and he should be back next year, but he started as a freshman, injured his knee a year ago today at Nephi, and really was having his best game of his career in Nephi against Juab, and that's when he tore it. He tore it a second time, and they've done surgery, and they're hoping of course, I'm hoping he'll be back next year.
Well, he's just a fantastic player, and you hope that he does get better in those knees, and you just get him over with early, and then you have a chance as you get later into your career to play.
Well, they're presenting the colors. We'll take a final break. We'll come back with the starting lineups of tonight's game between Juab and Richfield.
At Zions Bank, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. It's you. While Zions Bank has offices in 10 western states, you are still number one. From checking and savings to business and personal loans, Zions Bank now offers its customers online banking services. Zions Bank is a leader in providing electronic banking services. If you haven't seen what Zions Bank has to offer you, stop in today. Zions Bank in Richfield, 55 West, 100 North, behind the post office.
The folks at the Mount Nebo Market in Nephi strive hard to make your shopping experience pleasant and productive. With the new in-store pharmacy, you now have the option of dropping off your prescriptions and shopping their full-service store. There's their famous meat department featuring USDA choice beef. The deli has the best fried chicken around, and the fresh bakery cannot be beat. The produce department has a super variety of fresh fruits and vegetables. This all can be found at the Mount Nebo Market in Nephi, your hometown grocer.
Mason Machinery takes vertical tillage to the max with the Turbo Max from Great Plains. With its hydraulically adjustable gang angle, the Turbo Max gives you lots of options. In the fall, you can run the machine at an angle to bury more residue. And in the spring, you can run it straight to create an excellent vertically tilled seed bed, all to help you achieve the best yields. Call Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora today to see what the Turbo Max can do for you. Mason Machinery in Great Plains. Harvest starts here.
All Around Dental Care, located next to the Mount Nebo Market in Nephi, can help protect your smile by keeping it healthy. All Around Dental Care offers free initial exams and x-rays, braces as low as $98 a month, free ortho consultations, and convenient appointment times. Doctors Ryan Rush and Justin Hilmo accept all insurances and even offer an in-house insurance plan. And right now they're offering a cleaning for just $45. Just mention the Wasp Sports Special when you stop in. All Around Dental Care, excellent dental care for the entire family. Call 623-0866.
And Cam Wright, Rick Robinson back here at Richfield High School. As tradition in almost all schools, they have a senior night, and Richfield is giving out awards to their three seniors. And I'm sure that Juab did that on their last home game. To our listeners and viewers in Nephi, we hope you enjoy tonight's ball game. You're watching it live on Centricom Channel 10. And for Cam and myself, we hope we can give you a good interpretation of the ball game. And we certainly enjoy high school sports together. Cam and I, we see each other on the football field. We see each other basketball games. And Cam was been around for a long time. You and I have enjoyed each other. At least I've enjoyed your company. I guess I took a liberty that you don't mind being with me.
Very much. I've enjoyed it, and you know, I think that's part of it, and I think that's why it is so important for these regions and this Region 12 to stay together. And you know, we miss the Deltas and the Millards because you built bonds, and you did see the same people, and it doesn't start just with high school. You know, you run into each other in Little League football games and Little League basketball games, and it's a lot of fun.
And I guarantee you, when Juab's not playing Richfield, and I would think the same when Richfield's not playing Juab, the respective crowds are hoping that we're able to get wins and do well at the state tournament. At least I feel that way, and I guess there's some people who would say they're just the hardcore fans, but I really do, and I wish after tonight all the Region 12 the best of luck at the state.
And you know, I agree completely with you, and I think you kind of get this camaraderie. Of course, you want to beat each other when you're playing each other, but you build this camaraderie that, hey, they're like us. This is a rural school battling a bigger school, and I think it brings us together, and I think you do pull for each other.
Big crowd on hand here at Richfield High School, the biggest of the season. They pulled out some of the upper bleachers, and North Sanpete brought a lot of people when they came down here, and but these two teams, good rival. You want to go ahead and give our starters for Juab?
Well, starting for the Juab Wasps, of course, they'll start the senior point guard, number 10, Dylan Douglas. Of course, they'll start the senior big man in the middle, number 23, Bryson Downey. 24, Talon Jennings is also a senior. And then, of course, Nick Robbins, number 35, SUU bound Nick Robbins to play football, will start as well. He's also a senior. And then the lone sophomore, he wears number 50. That's Aaron Clark. Of course, the Juab Wasps are coached by head coach Jake Downard, assistant coach Mike Bowring, and then, of course, their principal, Mr. Roy Darrington.
And now starting tonight for the Richfield Wildcats, a junior wearing number 4, Jensen Magleby. A senior wearing number 5, Tanner Jensen. A junior wearing number 12, Matt Griffin. A senior wearing number 20, Ryder Ripstein. And a senior wearing number 21, Brandon Willardson. The head coach of the Richfield Wildcats, Rand James, assisted by Curtis Wynn, Brett Rollins, Chris Baglin. And the principal of Richfield High School, Mr. Brent Gubler. And the athletic director, none other than Rich Barton, who's my partner a lot of the season. And Rich, of course, was put in the Hall of Fame at Southern Utah University. And want to thank Snow College. Want to remind our listeners that Snow College is proud to be a sponsor of the pregame here at Richfield High School. And I want to get out and read that they are ranked 6th in the nation in graduation rates, according to CNN Money. Start your education at Snow. Visit snow.edu. And they're also the Horn School of Music is offering the first 4-year degree in the history of Snow College, a Bachelor of Music in Commercial Music. And Snow, of course, just a terrific place. They have a great facility here at Richfield.
Yeah, I think you can do no better than to try to get an education at Snow College. They do a fantastic job. My little brother, a graduate of them, he talks them up all the time. Big fan of Snow College.
And Brandon Willardson goes out for Richfield to make his way set to jump. And he will jump. He'll jump against Downey. Bryson getting set to jump for Juab, and the tip is up and controlled by Richfield here early. And Tanner Jensen will now walk it into forecourt for Richfield. And Juab in their man-to-man defense underneath the Ryder Ripstein. Spins and puts it up and in.
Quick execution by Richfield to get that open shot on that baseline cut.
2-0 Richfield with the lead. Juab with the basketball. Initial possession. The ball's right in front of Cam and I, and there's a jump ball situation, and it will go in favor of Juab.
Yeah, the clock showing it the wrong way. I don't think they flipped it off. There we go. Should be Juab ball.
Yeah, because Richfield clearly got the tip. There's no mystery there, Cam. Cam Wright, Rick Robinson. Hope you're enjoying high school basketball action tonight. And spin move by Robbins, up no good, and it's almost slammed up and in by Downey. And the rebound comes down to Richfield. Very close to going in. Tough luck shot.
Yeah, Bryson Downey, very active on the offensive glass, went up and tried to put that one back down.
And Tanner Jensen with it for Richfield on the right arch. Richfield ahead 2-0, and they have the basketball. Now, underneath Matt Griffin, spin moves up and good, and Matt Griffin gets his first 2 points, and Richfield with a 4-0 lead here early.
And, you know, right now, Richfield just executing very well in their half court. They're getting the shots they want against the Juab Wasps. Juab really has got to work to stop penetration.
And the ball's on the court. It's taken away by Richfield. Quickly, Matt Griffin over to Jensen Magleby. His shot's no good. There is a late whistle. And I think Jensen Magleby will go to the foul line to shoot 2. So we'll take a short break with Richfield up 4-0, shooting 2 foul shots.
The health care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live, and you can rest assured that Sevier Valley Medical Center provides our communities with the same high-quality care and advanced technology services you'd receive if you drove to the city. From full-time specialty services such as ENT, orthopedics, podiatry, and internal medicine to a wide range of outpatient services, including imaging, respiratory therapy, and dialysis. High-quality health care with a personal hometown touch. Intermountain Sevier Valley Medical Center, healing for life.
And Jensen Magleby makes both foul shots. The ball's on the court. Again, it's picked up by Richfield. And Tanner Jensen's shot's no good. A fight that goes out of bounds. It's off. It's off Juab. So Richfield really off to an explosive start. 6-0 here early.
Right now, just a little bit too much dribble by the Juab Wasp on the offensive end, and have not really got into a defensive set or an offensive set yet.
Tanner Jensen drills a three-pointer from the right baseline. And as I said earlier, and now Juab is going to take timeout, but Richfield's outside shooting by Tanner Jensen and Jensen Magleby have elevated this team. Richfield ahead 9-0. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
Do you need a banking partner for your farm or business? Hi, I'm Darren Dyring, branch manager at Cache Valley Bank in Ephraim, and we have money to lend to your farm or business. If you need to upgrade equipment or purchase a new building or just expand, we can help. Also, don't forget we offer free business and personal checking accounts. So stop by and get acquainted. We want to help you succeed. Cache Valley Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
And Richfield leading Juab 9-0. They've had 4 different players score. None of them Brandon Willardson, their leading scorer of 18 points a game.
Well, I'll tell you, though, they've got the ball where they wanted to. They've executed, and defensively, this is all starting on the defensive end for the Wildcats.
Clark with it, top of the arch. Throws it over on the right side. It's taken away by Matt Griffith over to Tanner Jensen, and Jensen goes up. The shot is blocked. Oh, great hustle there by Downey. And now Richfield throws it down. Juab to Downey. He goes up. The shot is blocked out of bounds. Robbins saved it into Downey. It looked like he had an easy shot, but Bryson couldn't get it to go. It was blocked out of bounds.
Well, I'll tell you, just great hustle by Richfield to get back after Juab had got the block shot on the other end.
And Jennings, Talon gets it into Nick Robbins. Robbins through the lane. Plant spins, goes one way, the other way. Again, it rolls off the rim. They've had 2 shots that have really looked good, and that one did not. Rebound down to Willardson. Willardson goes down through the lane. His shot's no good. It goes out of bounds. It's off Willardson. It will be in for Juab. Richfield leading 9-0 here early. Yeah, good block that time by Bryson Downey. The Wasps now, they have taken 5 shots, every one of them inside the paint, and just haven't got one to go down yet. Well, but I'd credit that to the Richfield defense at this point. Well, no question, Richfield's going to play you a man-to-man defense. That's what they do. Now, 3-point shot by Douglas is up. Oh, it's short. The ball's on the court. Downey picks it up. His shot's no good. And the rebound comes down to Willardson of Richfield. Once again, that time Richfield defense forced Bryson Downey a little deeper than he wanted to be to take that 3. Now, Matt Griffith shots up and no good. Then the ball's knocked out of bounds. It's off Juab. He'll be in for Richfield. And I thought that Richfield had knocked it out. They're going to talk about it. And they do change it. That was a good call. Ryder Ripstein trying to get it had knocked it out of bounds. And the official underneath had given it back to Richfield. And that was good officiating. You've got the 3 officials here tonight. That was the back guy's call. They could see that better than the guy underneath, and they talked about it and made the right call. Aaron Clark with it out near half court, being pressured, throws it, but saved nicely by Talon Jennings. And he gets it back to Dylan Douglas. Douglas, go ahead. This Juab offense is just playing too far away from the basket right now. Now, pass is almost taken away, knocked out of bounds by Jensen Magleby. And Juab's going to bring in the first sub of the ball game. And they're gonna sub out Aaron Clark and bring in Kyler Nilsson for him. So Juab with the ball underneath their own basket. They get it to Douglas. His shot's up and good. And Douglas with a much-needed baseline jumper for this Juab team. Yeah, good shot by Dylan, and that's a play that the Juab Wasps will run quite a bit. They got that time. They get Dylan Douglas on that baseline on the inbounds play to get some points on the board. 9-2. Richfield with the lead in the basketball. 4:37 to go here. Foul line. Ryder Ripstein's shot is up and no good. And the rebound comes down to Aaron Clark of Juab. Wait, that was Talon Jennings. Now the trap. They've got Dylan Douglas. They've trapped him a couple of times when he's picked up his dribble. And Kyler Nilsson goes over to Douglas on the left side. Douglas gets it back over to Jennings. Jennings back to Robbins. Robbins dribbles down, spins, and there'll be a holding foul called on Richfield. And that's, go ahead. Go ahead. That's a foul that really the officials are looking for this year that players have been used to in the past. Yeah, and you're just kind of bodying up. Players are still struggling, kind of getting used to that. They've still only got one hand on him, but you get that body in and kind of stop movement, and they're going to call that. Yeah, the rules say they don't want any of the hand checks. That's what they're trying to get rid of. And much like what the NBA did. Now Robbins with it. Nice pass underneath the Downing. Shots up and no good. He was pressured there by Willardson, and the rebound comes down to Richfield.
Willardson very active as he was out on the trap on Dylan Douglas and then got back to bother that shot.
Tanner Jensen, three-point shot up, and Tanner Jensen with 2 3-point baskets in this first quarter, and Richfield up by 10.
Just a little inside-out game there by the Wildcats as they hit the cutter.
Now Robbins through the lane. A shot's no good, but it ricochets off Richfield. That's off Matt Griffin, and it will be in for the Wops. 12-2, 3:22 to go here in the first period. Game brought to you by DP Curtis. Now, Dillon with it on the left arch. Being guarded by Jensen Magleby, tries to throw it underneath, and it's going to be out of bounds off Juab. Bryson Downing was down outside the lane. He cut in, the pass went out, and that was just too easy of a turnover.
Well, I think right now, Juab just a little out of sync, has not found any rhythm yet, has just not been able to get anything going offensively.
Jensen Magleby underneath the Ryder Ripstein. Ryder spins and puts it up and in. And Ryder with 4 points here in the first quarter, and it's a 12-point lead for Richfield.
Got that deep position, did Ripstein right there, and able to just catch, turn, and got it over even the taller Nick Robbins and put it away.
And Dylan Douglas with the second basket on a sweet move on the left side of the lane. He banks it in, and 4 points, all 4 of Juab's points by Dylan Douglas.
And much needed, keeping Juab in this ball game right now, down by 10. Juab needs to pick it up on the defensive end.
Now Ripstein underneath to Jensen Magleby. Magleby almost loses it, does, trying to save it inbounds. Nick Robbins gets it to Dylan Douglas. Douglas quickly into forecourt. Looking at Robbins, he's open, three-point shot down the barrel, it's good!
That's the shot Nick Robbins really likes, as he comes down on the break, stops at the top of the key, and he buries that for his first points of the ball game.
And the 12-point lead is down to 7. Richfield with the lead in the ball, 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. And Tanner Jensen, top of the arch. Left side to Matt Griffin. Griffin dribbles, being pressured, bump to Jensen Magleby at the foul line. Bounce pass to Ryder Ripstein. Robbins is on him. Ryder much smaller. Now the ball is deflected out of bounds. And it will be in for Richfield underneath their own basket. And tonight's game is brought to you in part by Zions Bank and also Mason Machinery.
And of course, Garrett Honda and Security Insurance. That's Dell Weltlock.
Willardson, runner through the lanes, up and good. And Brandon Willardson gets his first 2 points of the game, averaging 18. And Richfield's lead is up to 9 at 16-7. And Juab with the basketball. Dylan Douglas with 4 of Juab's 7 points on the left arch. Gives it to Kyler Nilsson. Nilsson with the dribble. And tries to pass it. It's deflected in the backcourt, but picked up by Kyler. Nice hustle. And Bryson Downey was with him there. They'll go down to Talon Jennings on the right baseline. Back to Robbins, loses control of it, but picked up by Bryson Downey.
Just everything a little bit out of sync. Nothing clean right now for the Wasp.
Well, it's Talon on the left arch, goes to Dylan Douglas out near half court and holds up a signal here. 47 seconds to go in the first period here at Richfield High School. Richfield leading 16-7. Juab with the basketball. And Dylan Douglas on the left side being pressured. And now he stepped out of bounds. He was double teamed. And Cam and I really could not see that, but the double team caused the turnover.
And kind of Juab setting up that double team. They're coming up and setting 2 high picks for Dylan Douglas. Right now, Richfield not hedging that pick, but they are just saying we are going to double Dylan Douglas as he comes off that and try to prevent him from throwing it anywhere.
Now Richfield will throw the ball away, and it's going to be in for Juab. 25.9 seconds to go the first period here at Richfield High School. Big crowd on hand. The last regular season game ever to be played in this gym. Next year, Richfield moves to the new gym at New High School. And so a lot of people who have memories have shown up for this game, besides just your high school basketball fans like Cam and I. And Juab with the basketball. Dylan Douglas out near the arch on the right side. Robbins' three-point shot is up and good! And Robbins hits one to end the first period. After 1 quarter of play, Richfield led by 12, but Juab has cut it to 6. 16-10. We'll be back with the second period.
Integrity, honesty, and technical expertise. Think of Jones and DeMille Engineering. With offices in Richfield, Roosevelt, Price, and Manti, they're committed to servicing their clients with civil and structural engineering, construction management, surveys and GIS mapping, and material testing. They use state-of-the-art equipment to help you meet your budgets and deadlines. Visit jonesandDeMille.com or find them on Facebook. Since 1982, Jones and DeMille Engineering, your infrastructure professionals.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is proud to bring you this presentation. IPSC is a community-minded company that contributes to our local schools, community organizations, and economy. The Intermountain Power Project consistently ranks among the best of America's coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. Intermountain Power Service Corporation strives for perfection and is honored to be actively involved with Delta, Millard, and Juab high schools.
Okay, welcome back here to Richfield High School, where Nick Robbins hit a long three-point shot. He's made 2 of them. He has 6 of Juab's 10 points, and Richfield, who led by as many as 12, lead by 6 right now. Juab has never led in this game. Richfield jumped to a 9-0 lead. And in the Payson game, Richfield led by 11. Payson came back, took a 2-point lead, and then Richfield exploded in the third quarter. Now Ryder Ripstein spins. It's taken away by Talon Jennings of Juab, and Jennings goes to Dylan Douglas on the left arch.
See, Juab now will not, I don't think you're going to see Juab go to that high screen and roll game anymore, as Dylan Douglas is just getting trapped out of that.
Douglas now on the right arch. Long three-point shots up and short off the rim. That looked good, just a little short. Brandon Willardson with the rebound for Richfield. Quickly into forecourt. Over to Tanner Jensen. Jensen dribbles down the baseline. Juab, of course, in their man-to-man defense, just like Richfield is. Very tight man-to-man defense.
Right now, Richfield getting the shots they want. They shot 53% in that first quarter. Juab getting those deep threes and only shot 33%.
Now Jensen Magleby gives it to Ryder Ripstein. Ripstein's shot is blocked by Dylan Douglas. Quickly, Douglas with the rebound. Down in the corner, he goes to Jennings. Back to Douglas. 16-10. Richfield with the lead. Juab with the basketball. And Jennings had a shot, gets it to Robbins. 3-point shots up and off the rim, no good. A fight underneath, and the rebound comes down to Talon Jennings, and he was fouled. I think it will be a non-shooting foul. Only the second team foul on Richfield here in the ball game. One's been called on Juab. And Juab, they bring in a couple new players.
Yeah, both teams kind of made large substitutions that time for both teams.
And we'll pick them up as they come along. Juab with the ball. And underneath they go to Robbins. Robbins spins, a shot's up, and there'll be a foul called on Richfield. So Juab going to the line, Nick Robbins to shoot 2. Richfield leading 16-10. We'll be back.
Often the air inside your home is actually dirtier than the air outside. That's because your air ducts are full of dust, allergens, molds, mites, and sometimes even rodents. These allergens are constantly recirculated throughout your home. Riverstone contractors can clean the air ducts, making your system run at least 10% more efficient and often clearing the air. Riverstone contractors can also conduct a CO test on the heating system, making sure it's safe for use this winter. Riverstone Contractors, 896-6264.
Both foul shots are up and good, and Nick Robbins now with 8 of Juab's 12 points, 16-12. Richfield with the lead. Tanner Jensen's 3-point shots up and no good. And now Juab, who was down by 12 earlier in the first period, could cut this lead down to 2 or 3. And they'll go to, on the left side, to, who's that player that's in the game?
Number 3 is Nolan Nilsson.
Nolan Nilsson, let me write him down.
Along with 33, and that would be Peyton Bowering, making his first appearance.
And now the ball's out of bounds, a turnover. It'll be in for Richfield. So Richfield up 16-12. In need of some points here. And it's Jackson Hunt and Jackson Thalman in for Richfield, and it's knocked away from Jackson Hunt. Quickly, Juab races into forecourt. Had a man open underneath. That was Nolan Nilsson. They didn't see him. And they'll get it to Kyler Nilsson. Down along the baseline, Aaron Clark's shot is up, no good, but he follows, gets his own rebound to Nolan Nilsson on the left arch.
Yeah, good active rebounding that time by both Aaron Clark and Nolan Nilsson.
Now, turnaround kind of hook shot by Peyton Bowering's no good, and the rebound comes down to Richfield. Game brought to you in part by Sevier Valley Hospital and Jones and DeMille Engineering. Now, dribbling on the baseline, the ball is knocked out of the hands of Richfield, and it'll be in for Juab.
Yeah, and right now Richfield just kind of being plagued by turnovers. There's back-to-back turnovers here. Stop the last Juab attack and see if they can turn them away here again, so the foul or the turnover causes no harm.
Robbins through the lane. His shot is up and a little too hard. The rebound down to Jackson Thalman of Richfield. Quickly gets it to Jackson Hunt on the left side. To Willardson. Willardson is grabbed, and that was an easy foul from our angle. Only the second team foul on Juab.
Yeah, and just that time, Nolan Nilsson tried to slide up there and tried to stop him, but pretty clean game as we've got 3 fouls, team fouls on Richfield, 2 on the Wasp.
And Thalman gets it into Tanner Jensen on the top of the arch. Over to Jackson Hunt on the right side. To Jackson Hunt at the foul line for Richfield. Underneath the Thalman. Thalman spins. Gets it back to Jackson Hunt on the left arch. To Willardson, and Willardson will be fouled again by Nolan Nilsson. And that's a tough assignment by Nilsson.
Yeah, and a little upset, but I think both of them very good calls as he got bodied in, kind of bodied up to him right there, and then got a little excited. You got to be careful right in front of the official. You don't want to show up officials there.
Yeah, but no harm, no foul. 16-12. Richfield with the lead in the basketball. 4:17 to go in the first half. Underneath to Brandon Willardson. Willardson's shot is up. It's short. Tough defense. He had 2 defenders on there. And the rebound comes down to Bryson Downey of Juab.
Yeah, and once again, a lot of bodies going up for both teams to try to get that rebound. Bryson Downey with those long arms and that quick jump, just able to get up there.
Now Robbins with a nice entry pass. He spins and lays it up and in. And Robbins now with 10. Of Juab's 14 points. It's 16-14, Richfield with the lead, but Juab feeling pretty good as they've cut the 12-point lead down to 2. Richfield will have the basketball when we come back.
When I was thinking about going back to school, I got pretty nervous, just knowing I had a young family and money was tight for us. As a mother, online courses were perfect for my busy schedule. One of the things that was huge for me was how affordable this program was. Without the online courses, I know I wouldn't be able to finish school or transfer to a major university. I will always be grateful for Snow College in helping me reach my goals and helping me set the pathway for my future.
And Richfield with the basketball. Welcome back here to Richfield High School. Game brought to you in part by Riverstone Contractors. Also, of course, Centricom Channel 10. You're watching it live here. Want to thank them for being a sponsor. And Jackson Thalman over to Tanner Jensen. Over to Brandon Willardson. Willardson goes up. The shot is blocked. And Jackson Thalman with a nice rebound over to Jackson Hunt. And Hunt hits a three-pointer.
Yeah, good job to stop the initial drive by Willardson as Bryson Downey went up and got a piece of that ball. Richfield stayed after it, able to kick it out and get the 3 by Jackson Hunt.
Hunt had 5 three-pointers against North Sanpete off the bench. Now taken away by Brandon Willardson of Richfield. Willardson, left side of the foul line. Shots up and off the rim, no good. And Nick Robbins there with the rebound for Juab. So 19-14, Richfield with the lead, Juab with the basketball.
I think it's been the ball game we thought. Maybe we were a little surprised by the way Richfield got out. But now I think this game's back to where we thought it would be.
Oh, no doubt. Juab's had the momentum here. Now through the lane. The runner's up and banked in nicely by Aaron Clark. He becomes the 3rd different Wasps to score. All 5 of Richfield's starters have scored in this game, plus 1 reserve. Now, Jensen Magleby on the right side's up and good. And Jensen Magleby with 5 points for Richfield, and it's a 6-point lead. Now back the other way, the shot is up and no good there by Bryson Downey, and the rebound down to Richfield. 2:12 to go here in the first half. Now Jackson Hunt, runner through the lanes, up and off the rim, no good. The rebound is taken away from Nick Robbins. Jackson Hunt kind of picked his pocket. Robbins fell down. But the style of this game, they're certainly letting you bang a little bit.
They are right now. Yes, definitely.
Now, underneath to Jackson Thalman. Thalman shots up and good.
Good shot there as they got the ball where they wanted it to go, able to get it up.
Now, Robbins spins left, comes back right. And what a sweet move by Nick Robbins. He continues to sparkle with 12 of the 18 points that Juab has scored.
Yeah, and right now, Nick kind of got it going from the outside as he missed some shots in the paint, but now he's got it going from both inside and outside.
Underneath to Willardson. Willardson fakes, gets it over to Jackson Hunt's open. Three-point shots off the rim, no good, and the rebound comes down to Aaron Clark of Juab. Clark quickly all the way, he goes up, he puts it in, he's fouled, and it counts. Oh, what a coast-to-coast run by Aaron Clark.
And I think Aaron just saw a little bit of a lane right there, kind of turned his body and got it up and did a great job of finishing with the contact.
24-20. Richfield with the lead. They've never trailed in this game. They jumped to a 9-0 lead. Juab has got it down to 2. Right now, chance to cut it to 3, and the foul shot's up and no good by Clark. So Richfield retains a 4-point lead, and they'll have the basketball with 1:11 to go in the first half.
Yeah, very exciting ball game up to this point. As you thought Richfield was going to get away, now Juab's going to come out and show a little half-court pressure.
Matt Griffin re-enters the game for Richfield, along with Ryder Ripstein. Griffin gets a pass almost thrown away. Willardson's three-point shot on the right side. Bounces up, no good, follows, gets his own rebound. Tries to pass underneath to Ryder Ripstein, and it goes out of bounds off Juab. Robbins was there to knock it out. It will be in for Richfield underneath their own basket.
Very active. Both teams now have got very active on the defense and it's starting to look a little bit like the game we saw earlier at Juab.
Now Matt Griffith underneath, and Matt is fouled. He'll go to the foul line to shoot 2 for Richfield. Richfield leading 24-20. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
Andy's Market in Monroe strives to provide their customers with the convenience of one-stop shopping. Not only do they have great prices and selection on all grocery items, but they also feature a bookstore, bakery, and grill. And now Andy's Market has added a pharmacy. There is no longer a need to travel for over-the-counter or prescription medications. Just stop by Aspen Ridge Pharmacy, now open inside Andy's Market. So much more than a grocery store, and now including a pharmacy.
Matt Griffith makes both foul shots. Richfield extends their lead to 6, 26-20. And the Wops have the basketball. And Downey goes through the lane. A shot's up, and a tough luck shot. High at the rim, but taken away by Douglas after Brandon Willardson had gotten the rebound. We've seen that happen a couple times for both these respective teams.
Yeah, more turnovers, I think, than either coach is probably happy with at this point.
20 seconds to go the first half. Dylan Douglas out near half court. Robbins comes out to screen for him, and Douglas says no. 10 seconds to go now here. Robbins' three-point shot is up and off the rim, no good. 5 seconds to go. Brandon Willardson has it for Richfield, goes down, gets it out to Matt Griffith. Matt Griffith's three-point shot would count, but it's no good. Halftime here at Richfield. It's Richfield 26, Juab 20. We'll take a break and come back with our Southern Utah University halftime show.
Painter Motor in Nephi is home of the best new and used cars in Central Utah, backed by extraordinary service. Test drive the new 2014 Chevy Silverado that's redesigned from the tires up to feature best in horsepower, best in towing, and best in fuel economy, touting a V8 engine that gets V6 gas mileage. Right now, Painter Motor has a rock-bottom pre-owned vehicle special. Get any pre-owned vehicle for just $37 down. Painter Motor, 1100 North Main Street in Nephi. Call 800-662-CARS or online at paintermotor.com.
Larson's Ace Hardware is your helpful place for end-of-summer savings. It's canning season, and Larson's has a huge inventory of canning supplies at prices that are sure to put a smile on your face. Hey, it's not too early to start thinking about cold weather. Larson's Ace Hardware has you covered whatever the season, including hunting season. Larson's Ace is hardware with an attitude, a helpful attitude. Check it out today at Larson's Ace Hardware, the helpful place in Richfield.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
Strength, stability, service, and me. That's what you can count on with Farm Bureau Financial Services. I am Stephen Peterson, your Farm Bureau agent in Richfield, and I am here to help people like you through all stages of life. Call me today to learn more about how I can make it simple to help protect what's most important to you, your family, cars, home, and your future. Farm Bureau makes insurance simple. 896-5669. 896-5669.
The Fairview Telephone Company was founded in 1903 to bring telephone service to small communities in central Utah when no one else would. That small phone company is now Centricom, and our vision hasn't changed. We want rural central Utah to have the very best options for high-speed internet, cable TV, and home phone. Why? Because we live here too. Centricom, your local telecommunications company.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking in Salina has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking's Big Blue trucks are recognizable throughout the Intermountain West, hauling products that keep this country running. Barney Trucking is honored to be a part of Central Utah and supports our local schools and community. When you're out on the roads, remember to drive safely. Barney Trucking of Salina, proud to support the high school teams this season.
You want a quality education? How's this? All of SUU's nursing graduates passed their licensing exam on the first try in May of 2010. 100% of our students, not most of them, all of them. Small classes, caring faculty, the best facilities. That equals quality. Again, in May of 2011, 100% of our students passed the test. That's quality. You expect it, SUU delivers it.
Welcome back here to Richfield High School. At halftime, it's Richfield 26-20. And I really, if you're from Juab, I don't know how you feel. Richfield jumped ahead 9-0, built the lead to 12. Juab cut the lead within 2. It looked like they had momentum. Halftime, Richfield with a 26-20 lead. If you're Richfield, you're not feeling overly confident. But if you're Juab, you're saying, man, we could have been there. And so, you know, both these teams probably going in with getting some advice on what they want to do.
Yeah, and I think Richfield just had all the energy when they came out of the locker room, both defensively and offensively, and that defense kind of led to some really good looks on the offensive side. For the Juab Wasps, you've got to be happy that you were able to put something together and battle back. Actually cut this down to 4 at one point.
Well, they got within 2.
2, yeah. That's right. Yep, we got within 2 before the Wildcats made another little bit of a run, but Juab, I think, okay, we weathered the storm. Expect another storm to start the third and get ready to go, and let's weather that storm and let's go in and get back in this ball game.
Well, tonight's game is halftime is brought to you by Southern Utah University, where you're involved in your education, so you experience more learning. Experience growing, maturing, hiking, dancing, and living. Experience more at Southern Utah University. And you have some stats for us.
Well, first of all, for the visiting Juab Wasp, overall right now they are shooting 33% from the field. They are 6 of 19 on 2-point field goals for 31%. 2 of 5 on 3-point field goals for 40%. And as we mentioned, overall right now they are shooting 33%. They have gone 2 for 3 at the line for 66.7% on that. For the Richfield Wildcats, the Richfield Wildcats are shooting 40.9% from the field. That's on 9 of 22 shooting. They are 5 for 15 on 5 for 15 on 2-point field goals, and then on 3-point field goals, the Richfield Wildcats are 4 of 7, shooting 57%. Kind of an odd stat there that both teams shooting better from behind the arc than they are inside the paint. And then, of course, the Richfield Wildcats 4 for 4 on foul shots tonight for a perfect 100%.
Well, the scoring in the first half, it was Dylan Douglas with 4 points, Nick Robbins with 12 of Juab's 20 halftime points, and Aaron Clark with 4 points. For Richfield, all 7 players that have played have scored. Jensen Magleby with 5 points, 1 3-point basket. Tanner Jensen with 6 points. Matt Griffith with 4 points. Ryder Ripstein with 4 points. Brandon Willardson with 2 points. Jackson Hunt with 3 points off the bench, and Jackson Thalman with 2 points off the bench for a total of 26 points for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and I think we've got the excitement that we thought we'd get. Like I mentioned a little bit earlier, I thought that we would have a quick one.
Okay, we'll take another break. We'll come back with the start of the second half with Richfield leading 26-20 at halftime.
Choosing a college is tough, but there's a big difference between 25 and 500 students in a class. SUU has small classes. It's a big difference if your professor is teaching class or doing research. SUU professors are in the classroom teaching and calling on you by name. At SUU, distinguished faculty are in small classes teaching rigorous nationally accredited programs on a safe campus in an unrivaled natural setting. Southern Utah University. There is a difference.
Hi everybody, this is Tracy from Jorgensen's. It's that time of year again. This is a brand new 2013 800 Pro RMK, the lightest, most flickable sled on the market. Come on down and see it, sit on it, feel it. Let us tell you all about it. We have new climb gear all ready to go, get you ready for the season. As you can see, it's that time of year, so come see us as soon as you can.
Ladies, Veritas Funding has the medicine for a wide range of month-end financial maladies. Too much month at the end of the money, outrageous home mortgage rates, too much house, or just plain old cabin fever. A visit to Veritas Funding is just what the doctor ordered. Bill and the professional staff at Veritas Funding will liven up your lives with a new or refinance package tailored to your personal situation. Veritas and historic low interest rates can put some excitement back in your life. Call 893-0113. That's 893-0113.
New car, used car, Delta, Nephi. There's just one name you need to remember, Drew Bay. That's Drew Bay Chevrolet in Delta and Drew Bay Used Cars in Nephi. You'll feel good at the end of the day when you do business with Drew Bay. Drew Bay stands for world-class service with a hometown feeling. That's Drew Bay Chevrolet in Delta and Drew Bay Used Cars in Nephi. Make it a day to remember. Start your day at drewbaychevrolet.com.
Your #1 Bulldogs fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Briggs Yardley Levitt Insurance Agency is a winning combination. We'll work with you to ensure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Briggs Yardley Levitt Insurance Agency in Salina today at BriggsYardleyLevitt.com.
Every night's like family night at Jorgensen Bowling Center and Herb's Place. When you want the best burger in town, you'll find it at Herb's Place. Got a birthday or special event? You'll find the facilities at Jorgensen Bowling Center and Herb's Place. If you want arcade games, you'll find them at Jorgensen Bowling Center. If you want a light show and cosmic bowling, hey, you'll find it at Jorgensen Bowling Center. Your family deserves the best. Your family or event is special to Jorgensen Bowling Center and Herb's Place, 980 South Coveview Road, Richfield.
Cam Wright, Rick Robinson here at Richfield High School, where we're getting set to start the second half action between Juab and Richfield. Richfield leading 26-20, and did you have a score update for us?
Yeah, 19-18 right now. North St. Pete trails Payson with about 6 minutes, to about halfway through that second quarter.
And obviously that would be a major upset. North St. Pete fourth in the region, trying to upset tied for first place Payson. And now Juab has the basketball as we start the second half. Robbins with it. And Richfield, I have to see how they guard Robbins. They have moved Ryder Ripstein over to Robbins. Now Robbins with the ball. Fakes left, comes back outside to Jennings. And Jennings gives it back to Clark. To Robbins, top of the arch. To Douglas on the right side. Douglas scored the first 2 baskets for this Juab team. Has not scored since then, but very, very dangerous shooter. Douglas, bounce pass through the lane, gets it over to Downey, and Downey's had a tough luck night shooting. They've all been close. That one just short off the rim, and Richfield with the rebound.
Yeah, just not able to get anything going down for Bryson Downey at this point.
Tanner Jensen, top of the arch. Over to Ryder Ripstein on the right side of the foul line. Back to Jensen Magleby, and a whistle, and away from the ball, there's a foul. And the foul is called. They called on Jennings.
No, now they've changed it. Bryson Downey with his first.
Okay, in the first half, Juab only had 4 fouls called on him. Now Ryder Ripstein has his ball blocked as he goes through the lane. Out of bounds, he'll be in for Richfield underneath their own basket.
Gives you a chance to take a few more chances defensively when you know Bryson Downey's back there to bother shots if you miss.
And Jensen Magleby lobs it into Brandon Willerson on the right baseline. As he spins, the ball's knocked out of his hands. And now Willerson will go down, and I think they'll call a foul. Juab had a steal, was going for a layup, and everything looked clean. And in the last end, we didn't have a very good angle of that.
No, opposite side of the floor, right in front of the official. Yeah, I would never question one way or the other.
Now reverse by Willerson's up, no good. Ryder Ripstein fighting for the rebound, gets it. Out to Matt Griffin, top of the arch. Matt dribbles in the lane. Goes to Jensen Magleby to Willerson. Willerson's floater through the lanes. Up and good, and Brandon Willerson with his 4th point of the night.
Tough shot as he had to get that over the outstretched hands of Nick Robbins.
And up with the shot is Bryson Downey. He was fouled, and he'll go to the foul line to shoot 2 for Juab with Richfield leading 28-20. We'll take a break.
Why travel for a big city look when you can get it right here for a fraction of the cost? Designer Trends in Richfield has the latest styles you're looking for, but will save you the hassle of a trip to the city. Designer Trends now carries men's clothing as well. For the latest deals and savings, like Designer Trends on Facebook, and check out our website, designertrends.com. Designer Trends is located at 8 North Main Street in Richfield.
And Bryson's first foul shot is up and a little too hard. Second one is up and again no good. The ball is rebounded nicely underneath and put up by Robbins is no good. Second one's up, no good, and Ryder Ripstein with the rebound. Credit Jennings with a nice rebound there, and Juab just could not cash in. Now Matt Griffin on the left baseline, 3-point shots up, no good. A fight for the rebound brought down by Ryder Ripstein, and Ryder's fouled. Ryder will go to the foul line to shoot 2, so we'll take a quick break. Richfield up by 8, and Ripstein shooting 2 for the Cats.
In life, connections are important. They give us a sense of stability and control. But what happens without them? Consider your knee. Did you know that most traditional total knee replacements remove the ACL that helps preserve your natural stability? Not the XP Preserving Knee from Biomat. It allows your healthy ligaments to stay connected, including your ACL.
To learn more about the XP Preserving Knee at Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi, call Dr. Joel Holm at 435-623-3633.
Ryder makes the first, misses a second, so Richfield up by 9. Juab with the basketball, and Dylan Douglas with it. And Richfield only had 1 foul in the first half, and they have 1 here in the second half, but Juab had 4 and now 3, so 7-2 the differential. You said the pacing game. We'll talk about that a little later. Robbins with it. Right side of the lane, he spins, a shot's up, no good. A fight for the rebound, brought down by Jennings. And Robbins was calling for it, but Jennings didn't see him. Gets it to Douglas. Douglas will back it out. And now Robbins goes flying down, and there's a scramble between Ryder and Robbins underneath. The second time they've gone down, and there's a whistle on it, and we'll have to see what they call here. It will be on Ryder Ripstein of Richfield.
And I think the first time he just pulled the chair on him there, on Nick Robbins. The second time hooked the arm, and when Nick went down, he came down with him, and they got him there.
Now Willerson guarding Nick Robbins. Of course, Robbins with 12 of Juab's 20 points. Just been unbelievable. Well, he's just a terrific player. Of course, he is going to play football at Southern Utah University. And a moving screen. No, 5-second count. They called a 5-second count. I didn't see that. That seemed like a quick count, but 29-20. Richfield with the lead in the basketball. Richfield's led by as many as 12. Right now, the lead is 9 with 5:04 to go here in the third quarter at Richfield High School. And a ball is taken away by Jennings. Quick over to Robbins. Robbins goes up, and the blocking foul, and the basket counts. Robbins puts it in. He continues to sparkle for this Juab team.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, almost an NBA continuation there as Nick was able to finish through the contact and get the basket.
Well, don't you think the point differential helps with that? The foul shot's up and good by Robbins. I mean, not the point, the foul situation.
Yeah.
When the fouls are different like that, good things happen to you when they call one.
Yep.
I really believe that. Officials, they say they don't try and make up things, but I think they're good to you.
Right.
They don't make up things, they're just good to you. Now, Matt Griffith through the lane. The ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be in for Richfield. 29-23. Richfield with a 6-point lead in the basketball. Game is brought to you in part by Veritas Funding and also Larson's Ace Hardware tonight. Richfield, go ahead. Willardson with it for Richfield on the left baseline, and there'll be a reach-in foul called on Bryson Downey, and he'll pick up his third foul. And this is very common. People who guard Willardson have a tendency to pick up fouls because they're always guarding him very, very tight. And immediately, Juab will bring Nolan Nilsson into the ball game. In fact, Payson held his jersey several times. And now Tanner Jensen, top of the arch for Richfield. Dribbles on the right wing, gives it to Jensen Magleby, to Brandon Willardson. Right side of the foul line, shots up too hard. And a nice rebound there for Nolan Nilsson. So Juab down by 6, a chance to cut into that lead. They fell behind by 9-0 to start the game. Got behind by 12, cut it to 2. Now on the baseline, shots up and no good. A nice look by Aaron Clark, and the rebound down to Richfield.
Yeah, right now, I think Juab's going to bring in Nolan Nilsson to guard Willardson due to the fact that Bryson Downey picked up his third foul. Nolan Nilsson did bother Willardson a little bit in the first meeting.
Now Jensen Magleby at the left side of the foul line, over to Tanner Jensen. 3-point shots off the rim, no good. And a rebound down to Robbins, and a rebound foul will be called on Ryder Ripstein. And Ryder kind of went at the official a little bit. And I think in the first half, they called a foul on Nolan Nilsson, and he kind of got after the official, so there's no way they were going to call that. But both of those could have received some rough damage.
A little further penalty.
I'm glad they didn't do either one.
I concur.
Now Juab with the basketball. Richfield leading by 6. And Aaron Clark with it. Trying to pass underneath is into the ball game, Kyler Nilsson. And Jackson Thalman will now come in for Ryder Ripstein. And Juab will inbound it underneath their own basket. I think there was kicking the ball there.
Yeah.
Called on Richfield. And Juab gets it into Robbins. Robbins spins through the lane. His floater's up, and it just wouldn't go. Oh, a tough luck shot. Rebound down to Brandon Willardson of Richfield. He went high underneath the Thalman. Thalman against Robbins. Tries to pass it out. Taken away by Dylan Douglas. Douglas all the way. His floater's up and off the rim. No good. And Richfield had the only 2 guys there, and they knocked it out of bounds. Oh, what a tough break. Nobody from Juab there, and Richfield just knocked it out.
Yeah, and that time I think Dylan Douglas, very good effort to get the steal, go the length of the court, but you've got to get one more dribble in you, and you've got to go strong at the basket. Well, that's my opinion. I'm not a big fan of floaters.
Now, the 3-point shot up by Dylan Douglas is good, and Douglas now with 7 points. And Juab has cut this lead down to 3. Richfield with the basketball, 2:56 to go in the third quarter here at Richfield High School. Tanner Jensen with the ball. Gives it to Matt Griffith on the right arch. Griffith to Jensen Magleby. Left side to Tanner Jensen, and it's knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. It will be in for Richfield.
Good move that time by Jensen as he drove baseline. Aaron Clark just has quick hands and got a finger in on it to knock it out.
And so Richfield getting set to inbound it. Jensen Magleby looking to get it in, gets it into Porter Robinson. Robinson shots up and good. Robinson just barely entered the game.
Yeah, they saw something, made that substitution, got him in, and then he just knocked that shot down. Welcome to the game, Mr. Robinson.
And he'll be guarding Robbins. Now, Kyler Nilsson with the ball. Gets it out to Robbins. Over to Douglas on the left side. Douglas reverses, looking to get a shot. Gets a three-point shot up. It's partially blocked. Matt Griffith comes down with it, throws it down to Jensen Magleby. Magleby up with the shot and good.
And once again, I think Juab panics a few times. A little forced shot there on the three. Quickly, and that's your defensive point guard. He's got to get back. He couldn't. He was on the baseline that time. Easy bucket for the Wildcats.
33-26. Richfield with the lead. Juab with the ball. Minute 53 to go. And over the back foul will be called on Porter Robinson of Richfield.
He's got that task of trying to match up with Nick Robbins right there. And Nick brought him up to the high post a little bit. Not a great entry pass into Nick. Kind of baited Porter to come in, put a hand over the top.
Bounce pass comes in, knocked out of Robbins' hands and taken away by Brandon Willardson of Richfield. Richfield with the ball in a 7-point lead. Matt Griffin, and there'll be a jump ball situation. It will go to Richfield. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Farm Bureau Insurance, Steve Peterson, Barney Trucking. And you've got a couple sponsors you want to give us.
Yeah, this game also sponsored in part by All Around Dental Care, Lots of Matza Pizza, and Central Valley Medical Center.
Tanner Jensen shots up, no good. Porter Robinson with a rebound, and they'll call a rebound foul on Robinson.
Couple of quick fouls on Robinson. He got a quick basket, and he picked up 2 quick fouls.
33-26. Richfield with the lead. Juab with the basketball. And Dylan Douglas out near half court. Goes over to Aaron Clark on the left side. Clark being pressured, looking to get the ball, and the ball's on the court. Picked up by Robbins nicely. Over on the right side to Douglas. Dribbles down the baseline to Kyler Nilsson. On the right side, a shot is up. And there'll be a foul, and Nilsson going to the foul line to shoot 2 for Juab. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
Side-by-side multi-use vehicles are some of the most popular ways to combine work and fun. And for whatever challenge your day has in store, Honda has just the side-by-side for you. The new Pioneer 704, and you can see it at Garrett Honda in Nephi. The Pioneer 704 is the only side-by-side that features a pair of independently folding seats in the bed, so it can comfortably carry up to 4 adults. So come on down to Garrett Honda, 563 North Main in Nephi, and check out the new Honda Pioneer 704 today. Garrett Honda, proud supporter of Juab Sports.
Kyler Nilsson's first foul shot is good. Second one, no good. So it's a 6-point lead for Richfield. A minute 6 to go here in the first half. And now a bump foul is called on Kyler. And the officials have definitely tightened this up. Wasn't near this tight in the first half.
No, we've got more fouls called now than we did in the entire first half.
And Jackson Hunt spins right, comes back left, and goes and lays it up and in. And so Richfield up 35-27 now with 53 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Juab's got to be careful. They can't keep running the ball screens, as that just brings on the double team. So at that time they went to screen and the ball, and Coach Downard said, no, back that one out.
Juab with it on the right arch. Nolan Nilsson with it. Nolan goes down to Kyler. Back to Nolan on the left arch. 25 seconds to go. Will Juab choose to run out the quarter? Nearly 40 seconds. Richfield up by 8 points. And now Nilsson goes down, gives it out to Kyler along the baseline. The shot floater's up and good. A nice floater by Nolan Nilsson off the baseline. And Richfield with 6 seconds to go. Underneath to Jensen Magleby, the ball's taken away by Juab from half court. It will count. Oh, and it's no good. 1 quarter to go here at Richfield High School. It's Richfield 35, Juab 29. Come back for the final quarter here in this gymnasium. We'll be back.
DP Curtis Trucking has been helping move America for many years. It's a reflection of the drivers, employees, and ownership. DP Curtis is a family-oriented business that gets their drivers home weekly with paid vacation, weekly pay, health and dental insurance, and a 401k plan and more. If you need trucking services or would like to join the DP Curtis family, call 435-896-4417. That's 896-4417.
Dale Whitlock of Security Insurance continues to be the type of insurance agent that makes a difference to your family by offering United Insurance. Because United Insurance is based in Utah, they understand the risks, weather, and conditions that you experience. This is why they can offer superior coverage for your greatest investments. Give Dale a call at 435-623-2590 and ask about United Underwriters Insurance. If you've had a little bit of bad luck with prior insurance, or even if you don't have insurance now, give them a try. 435-623-2590.
And welcome back here to Richfield High School. Richfield 35, Juab 29. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Andy's Marketplace. And their sponsor of Player of the Game for Richfield. There's so much more than a grocery store. They have a bakery, a grill, a bookstore, and a gas punch card. You get free gas just by shopping there.
And also helping to sponsor this game, Intermountain Power, Snow College, who helps bring us our pregame show. Painter Motor, Nephi Federal Credit Union, Centracom Channel 10 providing the pitchers tonight, Drew Bay's Used Cars, Cache Valley Bank, and Mount Nebo Market, who will provide Juab with the Juab Player of the Game.
Juab with the balls. We start the fourth quarter, and a whistle and a foul is called on Richfield, and Juab will go to the line to shoot 1-1.
Foul is charged to Jackson Hunt, I believe, and will send Kyler Nilsson to the line to shoot 1-1. Kyler 1 of 2 at the line so far.
And the foul shot's up and good. So Kyler off the bench tonight with 2 points. He gets a second bonus free throw. And it's up and no good. Tipped up and in by Robbins. Nick Robbins with a tip in, unbelievable, from underneath, and it's a 3-point lead for Richfield.
Wildcats quickly back on offense.
And Jensen Magleby on the left arch. Being guarded by Douglas. Dillon underneath to Willardson, and it's knocked on the court. There's a scramble for it, and Willardson somehow saves it. Gets it over to Hunt on the right side, underneath to Robinson. Robinson cross court to Magleby. 3-point shot is up and off the rim, no good. And the rebound comes down to Juab. Nick Robbins.
Good look there by the Richfield Wildcats. Had the wide open three right there. Just unable to draw or to put it in. Juab with a chance to tie the ball game up here with a three.
Nelson looking to go underneath to Robbins. Gives it to Jennings. Jennings dribbles in, and there'll be a jump ball. It will go Richfield's way. And now Matt Griffith and Ryder Ripstein will check in for Richfield. And Jensen Magleby in the backcourt. Gets it into Tanner Jensen. Juab putting a little pressure on there, but Tanner immediately crosses into forecourt. And looking, gets it to Ryder on the right side. To Matt Griffin. Griffin. Goes to Willardson.
Richfield running their flex offense now, and they are very effective with it and very patient.
Now to Tanner Jensen, a holding foul will be called on Kyler Nilsson. That's still the 16th foul, so a non-shooting. Richfield with 8 fouls. In the first half, I think it was 4-2 in favor of Richfield in that half. This half just a little bit different the other way. Willardson on the right side of the arch. Goes to Matt Griffith on the left side. Matt gets it to Ryder Ripstein. To Tanner Jensen. Over to Jensen Magleby. 6:11 to go. Juab, very, very good defense right now. Over to Matt. Go ahead.
Richfield with this lead, very content to run clock and try to get the shot they want.
Now Jensen Magleby through the lane. The left-handed shot's up and good. And Jensen Magleby with 9 points.
Very well executed offensive set that time by Richfield. Very patient, got the shot they wanted.
37-32. Richfield with the lead. Juab with the ball. Kyler Nielsen looked like he had a shot out to Dylan Douglas. Three-point shot over the rim. No good. A fight for it. Robbins comes down with it. Robbins spins and puts it up and in. He's fouled and it counts.
Wow, what a series right there. As the Kyler looked like he had the shot, threw a great pass out to Dylan Douglas, who had a good look at the three, one of the few he's had, just unable to get it down that time.
And a foul shot is up, no good. Ryder Ripstein gets the rebound. And Robbins with 19 points. Ryder picks up his 4th foul, and now on the rebound on the missed foul shot, it will be Talon Jennings picking up his 2nd foul. 5:29 to go here in this Richfield High School final regular season game ever in this gymnasium of over 50 years. Big crowd on hand. Richfield leading 37-34 right now. And Richfield will go to the foul line. Brandon Willardson to shoot 2. And Willardson averaging 18 points a game with just 4 here. One of his lowest outputs by far of the season, shooting 1-1. And his foul shot's up and off the rim, no good, and a whistle. And they've called something. And I think that foul will be on Nolan Nilsson. And that's going to be his 3rd. And Ryder Ripstein goes to the foul line to shoot 1-1.
So this could turn into a free throw shooting contest here.
And Ryder Ripstein makes his foul shot. Ryder with 6 points now, having a nice game for Richfield. And Ryder's 2nd foul shot is up and good. So Ripstein now with 7 points. And it's back to a 5-point lead, 39-34 for Richfield. Juab with the basketball. And Douglas gets away, his floater's up, and Robbins comes down the rebound, and Robbins was fouled on the rebound. And he'll shoot, he said 2 shots, so there will be 2 shots. We'll take a quick break. Robbins shooting 2 for Juab. Richfield leading 39-34.
At Zions Bank, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. It's you. While Zions Bank has offices in 10 western states, you are still number 1. From checking and savings to business and personal loans, Zions Bank now offers its customers online banking services. Zions Bank is a leader in providing electronic banking services. If you haven't seen what Zions Bank has to offer you, stop in today. Zions Bank in Richfield, 55 West, 100 North, behind the post office.
And Nick Robbins makes both foul shots. He has 21 points now. 21 of Juab's 36 points have come from the big guy.
And a timeout.
Timeout on the court. Richfield with the basketball leading 39-36. We'll take a break and come back.
The folks at the Mount Nebo Market in Nephi strive hard to make your shopping experience pleasant and productive. With the new in-store pharmacy, you now have the option of dropping off your prescriptions and shopping their full-service store. There's their famous meat department featuring USDA choice beef. The deli has the best fried chicken around, and the fresh bakery cannot be beat. The produce department has a super variety of fresh fruits and vegetables. This all can be found at the Mount Nebo Market in Nephi, your hometown grocer.
And Cam Wright, Rick Robinson here at Richfield High School with Nate Palmer doing our production. Ben Palmer doing our camera work. Want to thank them tonight. Enjoy it live here on Centricom Channel 10. And Richfield getting set to inbound it with a 3-point lead at 39-36 with 5:12 to go here at Richfield High School. And Ryder Ripstein on the right arch. Picks up his dribble, looking to get it out to Willardson, and gets it to Willardson. Brandon through the lane, his runner's up, and there's a lot of contact on that. And now did Richfield foul, or what did we? I think Richfield fouled on it.
Oh, yeah.
Willardson through the lane. Pretty good defense, but really this game much more physical in the first half. They've been tighter here in the second half.
Yeah, much tighter right there. And I didn't know if that was on the drive. We got a little blocked there, but it wasn't. It goes against the Wildcats.
And the foul shot's up and good by Kyler. And Kyler now with 4 points. Tanner Jensen gets his first foul of the ball game. 5 points now off the bench for Kyler Nilsson, and it's a 1-point lead as close as Juab has been since falling behind 9-0 to start this ball game.
Yeah, and I think they've just stayed at it. They knew they had to weather that little bit of a storm coming out of the third. They've done that, and now they're back in. This is just going to be an exciting 4 minutes going down the stretch.
Matt Griffith goes to Willardson. Underneath the Ryder Ripstein, spins, a shot's up, and Nick Robbins will be called for a foul. I didn't see the contact on that one. I did see it on Willardson, but that one they could have passed. I wouldn't have said a word.
Yeah, that one kind of from behind, and I think Nick just took a chance trying to bat that ball around, and then he was on the back a little bit as he went up. Not a lot. We've seen more not called tonight.
And Robbins picking up his first foul of the ball game, and Ryder Ripstein with a big foul shot there for Richfield. He now has 8 points. And Richfield extends the lead back to 2, back to 3. And Ryder now with 9 points. And Juab with the basketball. 4:33 to go in our ball game. Dylan Douglas with it for the Wasps. Goes to Nilsson on the left side. Kyler with the dribble down the baseline. Gives it back to Nolan Nilsson. To Kyler on the left arch. Kyler fakes left, comes back right. Gives it to Douglas. Dylan with 7 points in this game. 1 3-point basket.
Wasps have got to get that ball reversed, kind of sticking on that one side of the floor. You've got to make Richfield guard the whole court.
And a shot from the foul line by Jennings is no good. The rebound down to Brandon Willardson of Richfield. Interesting shot there by Juab. Jennings has yet to score in this game off a screen on the left side of the foul line. And Tanner Jensen gets it out to Ryder Ripstein. Back to Tanner. Richfield up by 3, and they have the basketball near half court. And as Jansen almost loses it, Willardson comes down with it to Ryder Ripstein. 10-foot jump shot's up and good. Ryder Ripstein with 11 points, and he's the leading scorer for this Wildcat team.
Yeah, and that time kind of fortunate as Kyler Nilsson forced the steal. Brandon Willardson alertly picked it up. And then there's Juab with the ball screen again.
And a shot underneath is up and no good by Nolan Nilsson. Ryder Ripstein with the rebound. And Richfield with the basketball. Over to Tanner Jensen. These two teams, as always, are in a battle. Now a reach-in hold foul will be called on Kyler Nilsson of Juab. So Richfield going the foul line to shoot 2. We'll take a break. We'll come back with 3:06 to go in the ball game. Richfield leading 43-38.
Mason Machinery takes vertical tillage to the max with the Turbo Max from Great Plains. With its hydraulically adjustable gang angle, the Turbo Max gives you lots of options. In the fall, you can run the machine at an angle to bury more residue. And in the spring, you can run it straight to create an excellent vertically tilled seed bed, all to help you achieve the best yields. Call Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora today to see what the Turbo Max can do for you. Mason Machinery in Great Plains. Harvest starts here.
And both foul shots are good by Tanner Jensen. He has 8 points, and it's a 7-point lead after Juab had cut it to 1 at 39-38. Richfield comes back with 6 straight. Juab does have the basketball. There's timeout on the court. 3 minutes, 1 second left to go. We'll be back.
All Around Dental Care, located next to the Mount Nebo Market in Nephi, can help protect your smile by keeping it healthy. All Around Dental Care offers free initial exams and x-rays, braces as low as $98 a month, free ortho consultations, and convenient appointment times. Doctors Ryan Rush and Justin Hilmo accept all insurances and even offer an in-house insurance plan. And right now they're offering a cleaning for just $45. Just mention the Wasp Sports Special when you stop in. All Around Dental Care, excellent dental care for the entire family. Call 623-0866.
The health care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live, and you can rest assured that Sevier Valley Medical Center provides our communities with the same high-quality care and advanced technology services you'd receive if you drove to the city. From full-time specialty services such as ENT, orthopedics, podiatry, and internal medicine to a wide range of outpatient services, including imaging, respiratory therapy, and dialysis. High-quality health care with a personal hometown touch. Intermountain Sevier Valley Medical Center, healing for life.
Welcome back here to Richfield High School. 3:01 to go in our basketball game. Richfield leading 45-38. Juab with the basketball. Richfield on a 6-0 run right now after Juab had cut the lead down to 1. As close as they've been in this ball game. as Juab fell behind 9-0 to start. Now, in the lane, turnaround, jump shots up, and a tough luck shot by Bryson Downey. He continues to have the ball just rim around and go out. That was a great move.
Yeah, good look there by Bryson, and that's a shot that he knocks down the majority of the time, and he just has not been able to get that shot to fall tonight.
Of course, he is shooting over a 6'7" Brandon Willardson. And so Richfield will take it out near half court with 2:25 to go. Tanner Jensen with the ball. Gets it over to Willardson. A lot of pressure. Now Willardson going to the lane, and Willardson forcing the action. He'll go to the foul line to shoot two. Richfield leading 45-38, 2:16 to go. Willardson shooting two. We'll be back.
Do you need a banking partner for your farm or business? Hi, I'm Darren Dyring, branch manager at Cache Valley Bank in Ephraim, and we have money to lend to your farm or business. If you need to upgrade equipment or purchase a new building or just expand, we can help. Also, don't forget we offer free business and personal checking accounts. So stop by and get acquainted. We want to help you succeed. Cache Valley Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Brandon Willardson makes both foul shots, so Richfield back to a 9-point lead on an 8-0 run. Now along the baseline, a foul will be called on Matt Griffith, and they'll shoot two, but we're going to stay here. We're not going to take a break here.
Well, I'll tell you, back there on the last foul on Juab, it looked like it was Talon Jennings to pick up what would have been his fourth foul. Instead, they charged it to Bryson Downey, and he does pick up his fourth. He had just re-entered into the ball game.
And Matt Griffith fouls out. Jackson Hunt enters the game for Richfield, and Matt Griffith fouls out with 4 points. And at the foul line, Talon Jennings shooting two, and that's his first point of the night. And now Juab is getting set to bring in Kyler Nielsen for Talon.
Important free throws right now. Richfield's been able to connect on theirs.
And foul shots up and good by Talon. That does stop an 8-0 run that Richfield had. And this certainly has been a game of runs. Now Richfield will try and throw the ball the length of the court. They get it to Willardson. Willardson goes down, puts it up, and he's fouled. That was Bryson Downey, and he will foul out this time.
Yeah, that's going to be 5 on Bryson Downey. He made a great effort to get that. That was just a perfectly thrown bomb right there. Willardson on the end of it this time. Got it down, had a good look, and Bryson went up to contest it, and he will foul out of the game.
We'll take a break. We'll be back.
For integrity, honesty, and technical expertise, think of Jones and DeMille Engineering. With offices in Richfield, Roosevelt, Price, and Manti, they're committed to servicing their clients with civil and structural engineering, construction management, surveys and GIS mapping, and material testing. They use state-of-the-art equipment to help you meet your budgets and deadlines. Visit jonesanddemille.com or find them on Facebook. Since 1982, Jones and DeMille Engineering, your infrastructure professionals.
Brandon Willardson with both foul shots. It's a 9-point lead for Richfield with 2 minutes to go. Juab with the basketball. Kyler Nielsen on the left arch. Gets it to Douglas. Dillon with it. Top of the arch. Dribbles on the left side. Gets it to Robbins. Robbins has it temporarily knocked away, but picks it up. Goes over on the right side to Nolan Nielsen.
Right now, the ball is getting stuck on one side of the floor for the Wasp.
And Robbins is open, and he drills one down the barrel. Holy cow, has Robbins had an incredible game. 24 points for Robbins.
And they're going to need a few more out of him for the Wasp to climb all the way back into this.
Richfield. Robbins has more than half of Juab's points. Willardson over to Tanner Jensen, 49-43. Richfield up by 6. A minute 12 to go here at Richfield High School. And now Richfield will throw the ball away. The player went one way, and another player went the other way, and it'll be Juab basketball with a minute 4 to go.
Richfield trying to extend the floor right now to kind of burn some clock, and I think they're most effective burning clock when they get into their flex offense.
Juab with it, and I believe that's Kyler Nielsen right in front of the crowd. Sometimes we have trouble seeing. Dylan Douglas with it in the corner, being trapped. Douglas will call timeout. 50.2 seconds to go. Richfield leading 49-43. Juab with the basketball when we come back.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is proud to bring you this presentation. IPSC is a community-minded company that contributes to our local schools, community organizations, and economy. The Intermountain Power Project consistently ranks among the best of America's coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. Intermountain Power Service Corporation strives for perfection and is honored to be actively involved with Delta, Millard, and Juab high schools.
Back here to Richfield High School. Cam, you have a pace and score update for us.
Right now, 3 minutes, 40 seconds left in the third quarter. The North Sanpete Hawks leading the heavily favored Payson Lions, 39-36.
That is an incredible score. If North Sanpete were to pull an upset there, North Sanpete leading Payson in the third quarter. Now, Juab throws it away. Oh, they had the ball. Douglas turned, and Jensen Maglowy swiped. The clock gives it to Willardson. And now Willardson is fouled. We're going to stay here. Well, let's take a quick break. Richfield up by 6. Willardson going on the foul line to shoot 2.
Often the air inside your home is actually dirtier than the air outside. That's because your air ducts are full of dust, allergens, molds, mites, and sometimes even rodents. These allergens are constantly recirculated throughout your home. Riverstone contractors can clean the air ducts, making your system run at least 10% more efficient and often clearing the air. Riverstone contractors can also conduct a CO test on the heating system, making sure it's safe for use this winter. Riverstone Contractors, 896-6264.
And Willardson makes both foul shots. Robbins spin moves, no good. Ryder Ripstein with the rebound. Richfield up by 8. Richfield 12 out of 13 from the foul line here in the fourth quarter. That has been a difference. Juab had cut the lead down to 1. Richfield went on an 8-0 run. And now the Wildcats will clinch if they hold on. A home court game, and this will not be the last game in this gym next week.
No, and that home court's so important right here. And I think they've been really tested tonight. But they, up to this point, barring a miracle, they've really come through. And I tell you, they've done it at the foul line.
Honestly, now they're 13 out of 14 from the foul line. And 14 out of 15 here in the fourth quarter as Jensen Maglowy makes both his foul shots. This has been the toughest game in the region on the home court that Richfield's had. Richfield really drilled Carbon when they were here by 18 points. They handled Payson by 19 points. And they handled North Sanpete by a long ways. This is the closest region game Richfield's had on their home court, Cam.
Well, and you know, it is a valuable home court. The last region game to be played here, and they're playing very well.
And Ryder Ripstein puts it up and in for Richfield. And Ripstein with 13 points, and Robbins with a shot at the buzzer. Richfield beats Juab tonight 55-43. And so Richfield will be playing at North Sanpete on Friday for a chance to get their first region title, at least a tie for it, in a long time. Juab is done with the region. They know they will be playing in St. George next weekend. We'll take a break. We'll come back with a Sunrise Engineering post-game show. We have awards we want to give away, and want to thank all our sponsors.
When I was thinking about going back to school, I got pretty nervous, just knowing I had a young family and money was tight for us. As a mother, online courses were perfect for my busy schedule. One of the things that was huge for me was how affordable this program was. Without the online courses, I know I wouldn't be able to finish school or transfer to a major university. I will always be grateful for Snow College in helping me reach my goals and helping me set the pathway for my future.
Andy's Market in Monroe strives to provide their customers with the convenience of one-stop shopping. Not only do they have great prices and selection on all grocery items, but they also feature a bookstore, bakery, and grill. And now Andy's Market has added a pharmacy. There is no longer a need to travel for over-the-counter or prescription medications. Just stop by Aspen Ridge Pharmacy, now open inside Andy's Market. So much more than a grocery store, and now including a pharmacy.
Painter Motor in Nephi is home of the best new and used cars in central Utah, backed by extraordinary service. Test drive the new 2014 Chevy Silverado that's redesigned from the tires up to feature best in horsepower, best in towing, and best in fuel economy, touting a V8 engine that gets V6 gas mileage. Right now, Painter Motor has a rock-bottom pre-owned vehicle special. Get any pre-owned vehicle for just $37 down. Painter Motor, 1100 North Main Street in Nephi. Call 800-662-CARS or online at paintermotor.com.
Larson's Ace Hardware is your helpful place for end-of-summer savings. It's canning season, and Larson's has a huge inventory of canning supplies at prices that are sure to put a smile on your face. Hey, it's not too early to start thinking about cold weather. Larson's Ace Hardware has you covered whatever the season, including hunting season. Larson's Ace is hardware with an attitude, a helpful attitude. Check it out today at Larson's Ace Hardware, the helpful place in Richfield.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
Legendary NBA coach Phil Jackson once said, "Yes, victory is sweet, but it doesn't necessarily make life any easier the next season or even the next day." We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the court and in the classroom. Make your kids' education a priority. Find out what you can do. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and promoting excellence in education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
And welcome to the Sunrise Engineering postgame show. Sunrise Engineering, making things you do every day better every day. Sunrise Engineering, and final score here at Richfield High School is Richfield 55, Juab 43, in a game that most people look at and say Richfield had a 12-point victory, but the game was certainly much closer than that. Juab had cut the lead to 1 point after falling behind 9-0. Juab got within 1 point with about 3.5 minutes to go, and Richfield went on an 8-0 run, and really that was the ball game.
Yeah, and then they did that at the foul line. They did a great job at the foul line, and I think when they needed it the most, they got to stop, and then they were able to connect at the line.
Well, for Richfield, really the final game, regular season game ever on this gym, and a big crowd on hand. They had a blowout game. Next week, Richfield will have white shirts they're going to sell, and they sell these shirts for $2.
Really?
You can believe that.
Wow.
And Coach Rand James is making his way here, and so we'll visit with Coach James, and then we'll come back and get Cam Wright's stats. And Coach James is making his way here at the headset. First of all, Coach James, our congratulations to you.
Oh, thank you. Kids played great. It was fun.
When a 12-point win is your closest region home game of the season, that's pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah, it is. You know, Juab did a great job tonight. We had a hard time getting into our stuff offensively. They're a good team. We knew they were going to come and play hard like they always do. And our kids responded to it, and we had to battle and execute down the stretch, and we were able to do that. It was great.
Well, I thought that your team started really nicely tonight. You built a 9-0 lead in this ball game, very similar to the Payson game.
We did. We come out, we executed really well, and we made a lot of our first shots. And anytime you come out and make your first 5-6 shots, it's key. And then defensively, we come out with a lot of intensity. But then we got lazy. We stopped defending like we do. And Juab, give them credit. Good teams make runs, and they did a good job of that tonight. And we were able to, hold them off just enough.
Well, Nick Robbins was just a workhorse. He ended up with 24 of Juab's 43 points. He had 12 points at halftime, 12 points in the second half, and he was just a force.
He's a hard guard. He's a big body. He's clever down around the basket. And then he can step out and shoot the ball as well. So, he sets a lot of screens, and anytime you set good screens, you're going to get open. He does a good job of that, and like I said, We didn't do a good job containing him, but just enough.
Well, it was from the foul line in the fourth quarter. You were 14 out of 15. You were 19 out of 21 from the foul line for the entire ball game.
Shot free throws much better today than we had last game. It was a good job by the kids. They focused, and some of them have been spending some time, and it's good to see it pay off for them.
Juab was 8 for 9, 12 out of 14 from the foul line, so they weren't lousy. It's just that, boy, when the game was on the line, Juab got within 1 point. Were you ever nervous?
Always. You're always nervous. You never know what kids are going to do. It's high school sports, but it's fun. Our kids did a great job of, focusing and competing. And anytime you got a group that'll compete, you give yourself a chance.
Well, what that did is then you went on an 8-0 run immediately after you called timeout. You'd like to can that timeout speech.
I just said we just need to play basketball like we work on. We got away from doing what makes us good. Just get them refocused, and the kids responded. I'm just real proud of the way they played tonight.
Well, I thought your team was terrific. They were lively. And it seemed like 4 or 5 games ago, your team just started to pick up the chemistry on the team, and they played much better. Ryder has become healthy, and Ryder was terrific tonight. He ended up with 13 points, your leading scorer.
Yeah, anytime you can get points out of Ryder, that's just a bonus. He's our workhorse defensively. He's our team leader. Effort-wise, he brings it every night. And anytime, like I said, you can get him to score, that's just a bonus.
4 for 4 in the fourth quarter from the foul line. So Ryder ended up 5 out of 6 from the foul line. And I know a score of interest to you. North Sanpete was leading late in the third quarter against Payson by 3 points, and then Payson had come back and taken a 3-point lead, and Juab North Sanpete had 2 technicals on them. So doesn't matter what happens there. You're playing in Mount Pleasant on Friday, and you're playing for a chance for a region championship.
It'll be fun. Like I said, that other game, there's nothing we can do about it. We just try and focus on the things we can control. But anytime you get a region win, it's huge, whether it's home or on the road. So it's coming down to the wire, and this time of year, it just comes down to the teams that are executing and playing harder. And hopefully, we can end up being one of those groups and just give ourselves a chance in each ball game.
Well, I just think your team has really picked up. Your shooting has improved with all of your players, I think. And I just think the confidence level on this team has put you in a position where you could be a force in the state.
We'll see. We're just worried about on Friday. We'll get back to work tomorrow and try and clean up a few things. But these kids always do a great job.
Final thoughts. You've coached here how many years on this gym?
This is 9.
And you're in your 9th season. Any comments about coaching the last time in this gym? Do you have any sentimental value being here? Next year you move to a beautiful new facility. But
about the only thing I'm attached to is my wife and my kids. Other than that, I'm good. It's a great place to play. It's a great atmosphere. But am I going to shed a tear about getting in a brand new building? No. I know there was other guys that spent a lot more time here that did great jobs. I'm just trying to live up to my end of what guys do here. So it's a great place to coach. I got great kids. They play hard. Anytime you got a group of kids that will play hard, you give yourself a chance. And it's just fun to be here with these kids, and I'm just proud of the way they played tonight.
Well, Ryder, anyway, I just can't say enough about how good your team played tonight under adversity. Coming off an emotional win over Payson, where Payson hadn't been beaten 2 years in the region. And again, you hope not to have a letdown, because that's a tough North Sanpete team. And when you go up to Mount Pleasant, always a tough place to go.
It is. Like you said, last week was a big game. We talked to the kids. You got to take care of business. And, if you come out and you don't win tonight or you don't win tomorrow, that game doesn't really – it's not that important. So we just got to finish strong. Our goal is just, keep getting better every day, and the kids are doing a great job of that.
Well, our congratulations to you, and good luck on winning a region championship. That's a big deal. That doesn't happen very often.
No, it doesn't. These kids they're deserving of it, and hopefully they get a chance at it.
Well, Coach Fran James, the head coach of the Richfield Wildcats. We'll take a break. We'll come back with Cam Wright and his stats.
Does your kid know it all? Legendary basketball coach John Wooden once said, "It's what you learn after you know it all that counts." We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the court and in the classroom. Help your kids see their potential. Partner up with their coaches and teachers. Find out what you can do. Just something to think about. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
Strength, stability, service, and me. That's what you can count on with Farm Bureau Financial Services. I am Stephen Peterson, your Farm Bureau agent in Richfield, and I am here to help people like you through all stages of life. Call me today to learn more about how I can make it simple to help protect what's most important to you, your family, cars, home, and your future. Farm Bureau makes insurance simple. 896-5669. 896-5669.
The Fairview Telephone Company was founded in 1903 to bring telephone service to small communities in central Utah when no one else would. That small phone company is now Centricom, and our vision hasn't changed. We want rural central Utah to have the very best options for high-speed internet, cable TV, and home phone. Why? Because we live here too. Centricom, your local telecommunications company.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking in Salina has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking's Big Blue trucks are recognizable throughout the Intermountain West, hauling products that keep this country running. Barney Trucking is honored to be a part of Central Utah and supports our local schools and community. When you're out on the roads, remember to drive safely. Barney Trucking of Salina, proud to support the high school teams this season.
Hi everybody, this is Tracy from Jorgensen's. It's that time of year again. This is a brand new 2013 800 Pro RMK, the lightest, most flickable sled on the market. Come on down and see it, sit on it, feel it. Let us tell you all about it. We have new Klein gear all ready to go, get you ready for the season. As you can see, it's that time of year, so come see us as soon as you can.
Ladies, Veritas Funding has the medicine for a wide range of month-end financial maladies. Too much month at the end of the money, outrageous home mortgage rates, too much house, or just plain old cabin fever. A visit to Veritas Funding is just what the doctor ordered. Bill and the professional staff at Veritas Funding will liven up your lives with a new or refinance package tailored to your personal situation. Veritas and historic low interest rates can put some excitement back in your life. Call 893-0113. That's 893-0113.
Final score here at Richfield High School, Richfield 55, Juab 43. And Richfield has clinched a home court game for their playing game, which is still no easy game because you're going to draw somebody from the south. And but they're all beatable. I think this Juab team impressed me tonight. They gave Richfield their closest home game of the season. I mean, the final score was 12, but it was really a much closer game than that. And some stats, information you want to share with us?
Well, I think I closed up the iPad there.
That's okay.
And so, but, I think both teams to be commended, and I think you nailed it right there. It was a 12-point ball game. It probably didn't look that close, and it didn't feel that close, and then I think Richfield, just free throws down the stretch, was able to do that. And great to them. And I'll show Juab, give some credit for resiliency. That great start, they could have just curled up and died. They didn't. They battled back into that, cut it down to one, actually had their chances, and then Richfield, I think, just executed a little bit better down the stretch.
Well, again, Richfield jumped on Juab 9-0, and then Richfield led at halftime 26-20, and they ended up, Juab cut the lead from 11 in the second half down to 1 point, had momentum, and then just Richfield able to score 8 unanswered when the lead got within 1, and Richfield wins 55-43. We have some sponsors of the game, and for Juab, who's going to be talk about our sponsor?
Well, our sponsor for the Juab Player of the Game is, of course, Mount Nebo Market. They do a great job there in Nephi, serving all the community needs at the grocery store. And they are going to give our player of the game 1 chicken tender meal, which includes 2 chicken tenders, 3 potato wedges, and a 32-ounce drink. And we want to thank them. Nobody has a better deli than Mount Nebo Market. And we're going to give that award tonight. I think it's almost a no-brainer, as it'll go to Nick Robbins tonight.
It has 24 of Juab's 43 points came from Nick Robbins. And for Richfield, we have a Jorgensen's Lanes Herb Place player of the game. They're excited to sponsor the player of the game. There's bowling for the fun for the entire family. They have a terrific game center. You can go in. They have a new air hockey table. I love their basketball shoot in there. Their food is just terrific at Herb's Place. They have terrific hamburgers, and that's just not just by accident. Skeeter and his staff, they test, they make sure that they're good, and Skeeter can line you up with a great party and also get you into a league if you want to play bowl in a league. And again, that's locally owned by Mike and Dennis Jorgensen. And our Andy's Marketplace player of the game, they're so much more in a grocery store. They have a bakery, a grill, bookstore, and a gas punch card. Earn free gas just for shopping at Andy's Market in Monroe. And that player went to Jensen Magleby for his defense on Dylan Douglas, and he was the second leading scorer for Richfield. And let's go through the scoring real quick. For Juab, it was Dylan Douglas who ended up with 7 points. Downey fouled out, missed 2 foul shots but did not score. Talon Jennings had 2 points. Nick Robbins, 24 points. Aaron Clark, 4 points. And Kyler Nilsson, 5 points, 5 out of 6 from the foul line. All of them in the second half for Juab. Peyton Bowering saw action, did not score. Nolan Nilsson with 2 points off the bench for Juab, and that's who played. For Richfield, it was Jensen Magleby with 11 points, Tanner Jensen with 8 points. Again, those 2 guards, I really believe their improved play has really elevated this team. And I make no secret about that. When I say they played well before, but their scoring has really helped. Matt Griffin fouled out with 4 points. Ryder Ripstein, one of our players of the game, with 13 points. A terrific night tonight for Ryder. Brandon Willardson with 10 points. Jackson Hunt off the bench with 5 points. Jackson Thalman off the bench with 2 points. And Porter Robinson off the bench with 2 points. Total of 55 points. Richfield, again, was 19 out of 21 from the foul line for the game. 14 out of 15 from the foul line in the fourth quarter. They made 4 3-point baskets. Juab was 12 out of 14 in the ball game. 8 for 9 from the foul line in the fourth quarter and made 4 3-pointers also. And Cam, why don't you thank our Juab sponsors?
Well, first for all of our sponsors in Nephi that make Wasp basketball possible and bring you over the air, make sure you get in and thank them and tell them that you enjoy the broadcast. That is Garrett Honda, Security Insurance, of course, that's Dale Whitlock. All Around Dental Care, Lots of Matza Pizza, Central Valley Medical Center, Intermountain Power, Snow College, Painter Motor, Nephi Federal Credit Union, Centricom, Channel 10, Drew Bay Used Cars, Cache Valley Bank, Mount Nebo Market, Jorgensen Honda, Sunrise Engineering, of course, brings us the halftime show, and SUU with our postgame show.
Well, I appreciate that, and it's just the opposite of that. Don't
yeah,
want to give you that, but you were right on. Cam is terrific, I'll tell you, being here with him. And we'll take a final break. We'll come back with final comments and tell you who's going where, and we'll read the Richfield sponsors.
New car, used car, Delta, Nephi. There's just one name you need to remember, Drew Bay. That's Drew Bay Chevrolet in Delta and Drew Bay Used Cars in Nephi. You'll feel good at the end of the day when you do business with Drew Bay. Drew Bay stands for world-class service with a hometown feeling. That's Drew Bay Chevrolet in Delta and Drew Bay Used Cars in Nephi. Make it a day to remember. Start your day at drewbaychevrolet.com.
Your number one Bulldogs fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Briggs Yardley Levitt Insurance Agency is a winning combination. We'll work with you to ensure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Briggs Yardley Levitt Insurance Agency in Salina today at BriggsYardleyLevitt.com.
Every night's like family night at Jorgensen Bowling Center and Herb's Place. When you want the best burger in town, you'll find it at Herb's Place. Got a birthday or special event? You'll find the facilities at Jorgensen Bowling Center and Herb's Place. If you want arcade games, you'll find them at Jorgensen Bowling Center. If you want a light show and cosmic bowling, hey, you'll find it at Jorgensen Bowling Center. Your family deserves the best. Your family or event is special to Jorgensen Bowling Center and Herb's Place, 980 South Coveview Road, Richfield.
Why travel for a big city look when you can get it right here for a fraction of the cost? Designer Trends in Richfield has the latest styles you're looking for, but will save you the hassle of a trip to the city. Designer Trends now carries men's clothing as well. For the latest deals and savings, like Designer Trends on Facebook and check out our website, designertrends.com. Designer Trends is located at 8 North Main Street in Richfield.
In life, connections are important. They give us a sense of stability and control. But what happens without them? Consider your knee. Did you know that most traditional total knee replacements remove the ACL that helps preserve your natural stability? Not the XP Preserving Knee from Biomet. It allows your healthy ligaments to stay connected, including your ACL.
To learn more about the XP Preserving Knee at Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi, call Dr. Joel Holm at 435-623-3633.
And you're listening to the Sunrise Engineering post-game show, serving clients in Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, and Arizona for over 30 years. And the final tonight, Richfield 55, Juab 43. But you do have a score update for us. And hold on to your hats. This is with Juab and North Sanpete.
Well, this is Payson and North Sanpete.
Payson, I said Juab.
57 all. 18 seconds left in that game, and North Sanpete with the ball right now.
I tell you, strange, that would be an unbelievable upset. Of course, Richfield's looking at North Sanpete, and that won't be an easy task. Juab has finished their season. Let's just talk about where Juab goes from here. Juab knows they'll be the 3rd seed. They hold the tiebreaker over North Sanpete, and they're looking at Region 9, the number 2 team in Region 9.
Yeah, and I think right now you're looking at Pineview and Desert Hills both tied up right now. Both places are going to be very difficult to play, and I think that'll come out as the last game of the season. That'll be decided where you're going to make that trip. I don't know if there's a lesser of two evils right there. I know Pineview is very tough, and when I watched Pineview, they weren't starting the Wilstead player, or the kid who's the quarterback that signed with BYU. But he sure makes a difference when he gets in the ball game and does a great job. And I noticed he had a huge night bringing them back to beat Desert Hills last week.
Now, I will say this. Those teams are terrific teams. Take nothing away from them. But they're not as good as they've been some years, and they are beatable. It's certainly you'd have to play a great game, and things would have to go well for you. But I think Juab's got a shot. I certainly don't cash it in and say no chance for Juab.
Yeah, and I think they're excited to go down there. You want that home game, but you make the most of it. You make that trip. You get to go down. Not that you're really hunting warmth right now, but we've been as warm as anywhere, but you like that trip to St. George, and you just go play your heart out.
And for Richfield, our sponsors tonight, DB Curtis Trucking, Zions Bank, and Richfield want to thank Doug Baltz, my boss. Terrific man to work for. And I just can't say enough about how good he is. Mason Machinery, Sevier Valley Hospital, Centricom, Channel 10. Of course, you've been watching it live, and you are right now. And Jones & DeMille Engineering, Riverstone Contractors, Andy's Market, Veritas Funding, Larson's Ace Hardware, Farm Bureau Insurance, Barney Trucking, Jorgensen Lanes and Herb Place, and also Levitt Insurance in Briggs Levitt Insurance. They do just a great job. And then, of course, Snow College, Sunrise Engineering, Southern Utah University. Want to thank Nate Palmer for doing our production work right next to us. He's been terrific. Also, Ben Palmer doing the camera work tonight. And Cam, did you get any final here? I've been dragging a little bit.
I don't think we're going to get that final. 57 all, and they've gone into overtime.
And they've gone to overtime. Okay. And you can watch it live on Channel 10. And so, anyway, again, till Friday night when the Richfield Wildcats will travel to North Sanpete. And you can follow the Wildcats. They will switch from KMGR to KLGL on the radio, but you'll be able to watch it live on Centricom Channel 10 also on Friday. And I'll be there. And until then, we wish you good evening.
You've been listening to exciting high school basketball action on South Central Utah sports leaders, Mid-Utah Radio and Centricom Channel 10. This sports broadcast has been brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. Join us next time for more exciting high school basketball action on Centricom Channel 10 and Mid-Utah Radio.